Hey everyone, it's Danae and I'm back with another vlog. This vlog is going to be on the channel, one of the channels of communication, nonverbal communication. We do communicate nonverbally through many channels, whether it's our body, our face, the eyes. There's many different ways that we communicate nonverbally. I'm going to discuss in this vlog body communication, and more specifically the body gestures that we use when communicating nonverbally. So there are 5 major types of kinesics that are used. There's emblems, illustrators, effect displays, regulators, and adapters. So I'll go into discussion on each of those and give examples, and then I'll also talk about gestures that we use here in our culture that might not be used in others, or they might have a totally different meaning in other cultures. So the first gesture is emblems, and that is a gesture that translates into a word or phrase. So the OK symbol, doing a V for victory, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down, all of those are emblems, emblem gestures whenever you are communicating nonverbally. Also, the next one is illustrators, which illustrators enhance the the verbal message that you're trying to get across. So if I am talking to you and I say something along the lines of, and then the person right here to my right is the next speaker, and I actually point a gesture to my right, that would be considered an illustrator gesture, which I am a big illustrator gesture. I talk with my hands a lot. I feel like it gets my point across. Just like yelling, I feel like, especially in my personal life, if I just yell, then that will get my point across, which clearly it doesn't, and I just haven't learned my lesson yet. But anyway, the next gesture is effects displays, which that's movements of emotional meanings, whether it's with your face or your hands or your body. If you're having a conversation with someone and you start smiling because you're talking about a happy memory or a happy time in your life, that would be considered an effect displays gesture. Vice versa, if you're talking about something sad or something that is in a good memory and you tear up or you start to frown or you get really tense talking about it, that would be an effects display gesture. The next is regulators, which are behaviors that you do to control the speaker. So when you're nodding to let the speaker know you're understanding what they're talking about, or you are, really intrigued and you are involved in the conversation, anything that you would do, shaking your head like in disbelief about what they're talking about, that is all regulators. Also maybe raising your hand or opening your mouth like you have something you want to say, that is also considered a regulator gesture in communication, nonverbal communication. The next one is adapters, which is anything that would satisfy a personal need. So there's 2 types of adapters. There's self-adapters and there are alter adapters. Self-adapters would be when you would touch yourself. So if you would adjust your clothing or scratch your head or rub your nose, that would be a self-adapter. The next one is an alter adapter, which that would be touching the person you're talking to or having a conversation with, whether they might have crumbs on their shirt and you brush the crumbs off, or any, they might have like a hair that's sticking up or something and you fix it for them. That would be considered an alter adapter. So those are the 5 adapters of the 5 types of kinesic gestures in nonverbal communication in the channel of the body. And also I did some research on some everyday gestures that we do here in our culture that does not have the same meaning in other cultures. And the first one is actually the V for victory. That is actually considered obscene in South America, and that's something that you don't want to do when you're there. It does not have the same meaning as it does here. Also, another one is crossing your arms is a sign of disrespect and rude in Fiji, and the same thing as pointing your finger, which I don't really think it's a good gesture to do here in our culture, but it's not frowned upon like it is in other cultures. So that's just a couple of gestures that we do daily that do not mean bad things, but they mean something totally different in other cultures. So that's it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed my video, and you might have a little more understanding of the different types of body gestures and, you know, things to do and not to do when you are in other cultures. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.